name is Bharadwaj. I'm handling the weekly workshop call for this week. So if there is any questions from any participants, please raise your hand. I will allow you the mic, and then from there we will take up your questions. So at this moment, I don't see any participant raising their hand. If there are any questions, participants can raise their hand, please. Abdullah, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Me and my team here have joined from Dr. Sulaiman Habib to ask some questions about Tatmeen. And we are in trying to integrate a Tatmeen system with our systems, but we have a couple of questions. My colleague here, Mr. Abdullah Al-Allan, and also has some questions.
Okay.
But my question is, in the technical document, we try to log into the website for the APIs, and we couldn't find any login credentials for that website.
Okay. So you are trying to log in Tatmeen API Hub, correct?
Yes.
Is it on staging or live?
It's still in the initial stages.
Okay, so if it is in staging, it starts with STG API Hub, and if it is live, it starts with Tatmeen API Hub. Okay, so Abdullah, the prerequisite is the active B2B user on Tatmeen can access Tatmeen API Hub. Okay, so I'm not sure which user is trying to access, since you are saying you're unable to access the API hubs. Okay, so the step number one is the active B2B user is eligible to access Tatmeen API Hub. And once the B2B user completes the registration on Tatmeen portal, he can access the API Hub using the same credentials. After login, he need to complete the registration on API Hub again. Okay, and once the API Hub registration is completed, request will come to Tatmeen team for reviewing the registration of B2B users. So the Tatmeen team will verify the registration of B2B user and approve access for B2B user only for accessing API Hub. Upon receiving approval from Tatmeen team, B2B user can log in again into API Hub, where he can access the API various navigations of API Hub, say like subscribing APIs, consuming APIs, and generating of API key. So these are the steps which needs to be followed before accessing the API Hub. So I'm not sure in which phase you are stuck here. So let me allow mic to Abdullah Alan as well. I have allowed you the mic, Abdullah. Good morning.
Okay. So Mr. Abdullah is my colleague. Okay, for this registration to access the API Hub, not the same to register the GLN. Am I right? They are two different things.
Two different things. GLN registration or GLN acquiring of GLN is with GS1 team. So that is a different system, different team.
Okay.
We are not part of Tatmeen. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So we will check this internally, and if we have some question, we'll take it later, inshallah. Okay. This I have my question right now. Now, if the supplier has multiple GTINs, okay, and the supplier can dispatch from any of these GLNs, okay. In our system, we are not capturing all GLNs of the suppliers, okay. When we are receiving the shipment and we are accepting shipment in through the web service. Okay. Is it required to mention the GLN from the supplier of the supplier?
I didn't understand your question. Ask again, please.
Again. Okay. Now we have supplier X. This supplier X, okay, has multiple GLNs because maybe he has multiple warehouses. This supplier, and he can dispatch multiple shipments for us, okay, from all of these GLNs.
Yeah. Okay.
But since we are not capturing the GLNs of the supplier in our system, okay, when we are accepting the shipment in our system, okay, the GLN of the supplier is required to be in your web service, in your API. You are requiring to pass the GLN of the supplier or not?
Okay, I understand you want to receive the shipment done, which is sent by the supplier, correct?
Yes.
So in that case, the GLN of the supplier is not required. Okay. However, you would need the information. What items or products are being sent as part of the shipment. Say the instance identifier. Okay, so the instance identifier is something that will capture the information of the shipment. So you will have to know about this particular instance identifier and also the product, say what is the SSCC or something like that, and that piece of information is sufficient enough for you. So my suggestion for you is, Abdullah, you will have to refer Tatmeen.ae website. In that there are technical guides for logistics. So in technical guide for logistics, the receiving event is clearly explained with the description of each tags, which tag should capture what value. So if you can go through this particular documentation, it would be much helpful for you. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah. So any other questions, Abdullah?
No, let's go through the session, okay?
Okay, thank you so much. Mustafa, can you unmute yourself and ask your question? Mustafa, I have allowed you the mic. You need to unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Mustafa, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Okay, so Mustafa, if you have any questions, please drop an email to onboarding@tatmeen.ae. We will help you out in that. Mustafa, your mic is allowed. You need to unmute. You need to unmute and ask your question. I have mic is allowed, please. Please unmute and ask your question. At this moment, I don't see any hands raised by the other participants. If there are any questions, please raise your hands, please. Okay, so I will keep this call open until 11:30 a.m. If there are any questions, please raise your hand. I will allow you the mic and then we can discuss. Abdullah Alan, I have allowed you the mic. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yeah, I can. One more thing. I have one more question. Okay, maybe
Sure,
is
sure.
there in documentation, but just I need to verify. Okay, the acceptance of the shipment from the suppliers, it can be done by batch or by serial. Am I right?
Sorry, ask your question again.
Okay, I mean the acceptance. Okay, when we're receiving the shipment,
Mm-hmm.
okay, the receiving, okay, it can be done by batch or by serial.
By the serial numbers, not by the batch. Okay. It can be done by the serial numbers or the SSCC. If you can refer the API, if you can refer the Postman collections, right? There
Yes.
is a receive API. So in the receive API, you can receive the SSCC. So when I say SSCC, this is the main palette. So inside the main palette, there could be a case or bundle, and inside the case and bundle there would be an individual items. So this is how the packing structure is about, correct? So
Yes.
when you want to receive the main pallet SSCC, you provide that SSCC value in the receiving event tags. So if you can trigger that particular receiving event tag, the entire items inside that main pallet SSCC will be received at your destination GLN. So this is how the receive API event is all designed. All right. So for that, the explanation of the each tag is being given on technical guide for logistics. Let me tell you the page number for your quick
Yes, please.
reference. So the website is tatmeen.eae,
Okay.
and once you get the page tatmeen.eae, you need to click on onboarding journey. Once you click on onboarding journey, there is an technical guides. Number 3, technical guides, and technical, after that, technical guide for logistics. So click on the documentation,
Yes,
page
technical
number,
for
page
logistic.
number.
And the latest version is the 5, right? The latest version of this document.
Sorry?
The latest version is the 5. The
Yes,
version.
5. And the if you can go to page number 38, EPCIS receive event attributes. So this explains about each and every tag of the XML file. Okay. So what value, which is a mandatory tag, which is not a mandatory tag, all this explanation is given in page number 38. And if you want to see the example, receiving example is given on page number 69. So please refer page number 38 for the event attributes description, and for receiving example, page number 69. Okay, and Postman collections are available under technical guides, Postman collection. So my suggestion is you can download this Postman collections code and import it in Postman tool, so that you can see the all the Tatmeen APIs. All right.
Okay.
Mustafa, can you unmute yourself and ask your question?
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Last week I was asking about we have product we will receive in UE as primary packaging product, correct? Okay. So it's still not serialized and not uploaded on Tatmeen, because we will do the secondary packaging and the printing for the serial number in UE. So we can. Is there any issue regarding the customs to introduce the product in to UE?
There shouldn't be. However, I think we discussed it in the last week's call to drop this particular clarification to us in the email, as I need to check it internally.
Still not replied. I applied yesterday, last week. Okay, I submitted a question, but I still not received any reply.
Do you have a ticket number for this question, please? The ticket number starts with TAT.
Okay, I will check for it. If I found, I will write you.
Yeah, because based on my knowledge, there shouldn't be any problem. However, I would need to check with the teams internally on this particular clarification, because this is more of a business question for me. So I need to check on this about this internally. Because if you drop an email, that would be a record for us, and anyone from the support team will be responding to you. So that is the reason why even last week I asked you to drop an email to onboarding@tatmeen.ae about your clarification or question, so that you will get a response from us. So even now you can drop an email. Either me or someone from the team will be checking, and then we'll let you know.
Okay. Is your email mentioned here on Teams?
Onboarding@tatmeen.ae.
Onboarding? Oh, okay.
Onboarding@tatmeen.ae.
Thank you.
Okay. You can explain the entire question scenario, and then the response from us. You can expect that response from us. All right.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Abdullah, can you unmute yourself? Abdullah, can you unmute yourself?
Hello. Yes, I can.
Yes, please. Yeah.
So I have one more question. It's about the reporting journey with Tatmeen. So we have, as you know, you have to report data to Tatmeen, and I want to confirm that at the end stage, do we have to report the patient information to Tatmeen?
No, there is no requirement to report the patient information to Tatmeen. So Tatmeen is all about reporting the pharmaceutical products into the Tatmeen platform. So patient information is not applicable for Tatmeen, please.
Okay. And at the end stage, where the medication is being sold at the pharmacy. Do you have to report the serial number there?
For dispensation purpose?
Yes, dispensation.
Yeah.
Okay.
So dispensation usually happens on two different options or categories. So dispensing an individual item and dispensing a main pallet. So based on your business requirement, you can dispense the product. So when you dispense the main pallet, which means the entire items inside the main pallet will get dispensed. Okay, and if you want to dispense an individual item, then you can go with dispensing of SG10. So whichever is needed for your business purpose, you can proceed accordingly. All right.
Can we use both in both scenarios, and pallets and?
Yeah, that's what you can use both. See, if you want to dispense the main pallet, you will have to go with dispensing SSCC option. Okay, and if you want to dispense the individual item, then you will have to go dispense SG10. Okay. So when you go with dispense SG10, you will have to provide the SG10 value. And if you are going with the dispense SSCC, you will have to provide the main pallet value.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Thank you.
Rosal, I have allowed you the mic. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you so much. I'm from the same group of Mr. Abdullah.
Okay.
Actually, I'm not a technical person. I am handling logistics stores of the pharmaceutical group. And some of the items, some of the invoices are coming to us without SSCC code. And in that case, how we will be capturing the serial number?
Rosal, it seems to be this is an
without record.
See, for me, this question seems to be an your internal operational challenge. It doesn't look to me an Tatmeen related question for me. When someone is sending you an information without an SSCC, then how Tatmeen can help you in this?
That means there will be an SSCC sticker on it, correct?
So that is what I'm saying. This question is more of your internal operational challenges.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so that you need to look into
it. I have seen many invoices without SSCC numbers.
Correct.
That's the reason.
Correct. So that is something you will have to look into it because Tatmeen system won't deal with invoice. Yeah.
Okay. What are the other events like apart from receiving and transferring? We are doing transfers to our own pharmacies only. So apart from this receiving and transfer, all these pharmacies has got separate GLNs. So I believe when we are transferring material to our pharmacies, that GLN numbers need to be used, correct, to do the transfer.
Yeah.
And second thing is, what are the other events like when I have a damage?
Okay.
Or expired item to Rebecca. These all transactions need to be reported to Tatmeen, correct?
Yes, you will have to report it to Tatmeen. So when you have a damage, let me tell you the correct event name. You will be doing it through the API or through the portal.
Yeah, we are in the process of Mr. Abdullah and Mr. Abdullah Alan are our technical team, IT professionals, and they are in the process of implementing an API because our transactions are huge. So they are in that process. I am working as a logistics manager in our logistics store. So normally they used to ask these technical questions, but I am not into that technical. I don't have that much know-how about the technical details. But my requirements, I am only explaining my requirements. So I believe these all need to be captured.
Yes,
When
it
I
is
do.
there. It is there. I'm looking into the exact. Okay, when it is a damage, right? So you will have to decommission that particular damaged item, which means that decommissioning means this particular item is out of supply chain scope.
Yes.
Okay, and there is a destruction API event, destruction initiation, destruction initiation cancellation, and destruction completion. When you initiate a destruction initiation, the request will go to the EDE inspectors or EDE team, so they will verify and then give the approval. Once you receive the approval, you can again perform destruction completion. So this is how it is all about. So you can verify destruction initiation API, destruction completion API again in technical guide for logistics.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you. So I don't see any hands raised by other participants. If there are any questions, please raise your hands, please. So I'll keep this call open for the next 5 minutes. If there are any questions from the participants, please raise your hand. Abdullah Alan, please unmute yourself and ask your question, please.
Okay. Do we have like a workflow documentation? Okay. Yes. Okay. In Team documentation, we have the service and we have any like examples. Okay. But do we have like a workflow diagram? Okay. From the receiving area till the selling out area.
No, we do not have any such workflow diagrams. I think none of the users have asked for the workflow diagrams as of now, because that is more often comes for the architecture part. We are not sharing that information to the users. So for the users, the documentation is sufficient enough. So that is the reason why we have a detailed documentation shared to the users in the Tatmeen.ae website. So we do not have any workflow diagrams, please. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. So I'm concluding this call for this week. The meeting recording will be shared in the next 24 hours from now. See you again next week, same time, 11 a.m. Dubai time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.